Okay, so I'm hitting my rear delts on this one. So um, rear delts don't get worked a whole lot. So most of the chest press, front delts, all my side raises, shoulder presses, side delts. With my rear delts, they're rarely not underdeveloped, but they need improvement. So here on this seated rear head deck rear delt fly, I set the seat down low so my hands are at 90. Um, if I because the rear delt does pure horizontal abduction. Also is with some shoulder extension. So if you do any like prone, like shoulder extension, you'll work the rear delts, but you'll also work with a whole lot of other back muscles that do shoulder extension. But there's only a few muscles that do horizontal abduction. So, and rear delt's the main component of this. Also, a bonus as I'm doing this is at the very end, let me try to squeeze my shoulder blades together. So that way, not only are my rear delts doing 98% of the movement, by squeezing my shoulder blades together and a little bit downwards, I'm activating my middle trap and rhomboids as well. So just really kind of work on volume as well as strength. So I'll probably do a whole lot of sets here to get my max amount of reps in, but also I'll progressively increasing the weight. So then therefore I'm increasing my strength with volume as I'm doing it. I had to re-record the stuff filming on the meetings. Okay. Next we have our seated shoulder press. I like to get the seat where my shoulders are feeling like they're right there at neutral. Now the grip is entirely up to you and kind of on how your shoulders feel and what you want to strengthen. Because if I do kind of this neutral grip, so this kind of up and down handle, it pushes my shoulder here forward, so I'm going to get more front delt. However, if it still is out to the side, I am going to get some lateral delt, some side delt. It's kind of in that motion we call scaption, where it's not true front, not two side, kind of 45 degrees, so you get a little bit of both, best of both worlds. However, I'm trying to strengthen my side delt, so my hands are going to be here on the sides. So those are the two sides. So what do you want to train? Front delts here, lateral delts, side delts here. However, maybe you just got some crunched shoulders, you got some lived-in shoulders. If it does not feel well here, your shoulder joint is probably rotated properly just because depending on previous injuries, sports, life, it just is rotated that way. So your shoulder just may end up liking this. And if that's the case and you still want to target your side delts, then I would prompt for some full range motion, um, lateral flies. Uh, again. So I do some full range motion lateral flies. Just grab some 5-10 pound either dumbbells or weights, and I'd go straight all over my head. So that'd be a pure side delt, but through the full range of motion. Um, right now, my shoulders are able to tolerate this motion, and since I'm really only kind of focusing on like 90 and up to 180, so kind of that top part, I'll add in some side raises at the end to kind of get that 0 to 90, and this will strengthen that 90 to 180 degree full range of motion. So I always start with no weight on it. It's not very lightweight. Do some feeler sets. By doing these feeler sets, you can see if you're positioned properly, if your shoulders like the motion. Because sometimes when you go to do an exercise, you're like, I want to do this. And then when you start it, your body's like, actually, not today. Okay, we're still good. Just want to make sure we're still rolling. So those are my feeler sets. This will also be a not a working set, but a warm-up set. So this is relatively light for me. I like to start light, work my way up. I like to call them upsets, but still maintain the amount of repetitions that I want. Just so that way I'm getting the volume and strength and hypertrophy and tolerance and endurance training that I need. So I'm also really bad at counting, so I'll do anywhere from 10 to 20 here. Now, I had to move my hands out just for the fact that here, right here, resting, this feels fine. But when I raised, went up overhead, I felt, what's it called? Not crowded. I felt encroached. I don't know. I felt tight. I didn't like it, so spreading my hands out felt a little better for me. Alrighty. Next set here on the shoulder press. Same principles. And do that kind of wider grip, feel better on my shoulders. Still a warming up set. Depending on how this feels, this may become a working set. Depending on how fatigued my actual shoulders and arms are. But going for at least 10 to 15 here. Good form. Full range of motion. Good control all the way down. And then if anything, I'll go up to a plate and a quarter. And that will be my full working set. And I'll do anywhere from just that one working set to 2 or 3. Just again to work to build my way up there. Right now, think of this as like a primer. Right? This is all to get me used to the weight. Have my body, my nervous system, my bones, and everything like primed for the heavier load. Now, with over time, as I do this more, I will be able to maybe start with a plate, or maybe if I put this in the middle of my workout, I'll be able to just start with the plate in half and just jump into working sets, and I won't need the primers. So it all depends on how I'm feeling that day, that workout. So again, a little bit wider grip. And we're up. Boom. 15. Do you guys count like that first rep up? So like when I get set up, I get like nudged in and then go up. Do you count that as one? Like one rep? Is that my first rep? Or is that one? Because I would count that first one as one, then that second one as two. So hard to tell. You can take the plate if you want. Yeah, I'm not using that one. Okay. Plate and a quarter on this. This will be my first working set. So I'll do anywhere from just this one working set all the way up to two or three, depending on multiple reasons. One being energy. Um, Obviously, I'm gonna go all out on this. Not like I don't even know what I'm doing for my next exercise. I don't know if I'm doing rear delt flies. If I'm doing more rear delts. If I want to do biceps, triceps, forearms. I don't even know yet. So I'm not even thinking about like I gotta save some gas in the tank for the next exercise. I will go all out on this. It'll just be how am I feeling? Like and maintain that rep range that I'm aiming for, give or take, um, with the same level of intensity each time. So this first one, I'll probably be able to do 15. Give it a minute of rest, go back into it, and then I'll probably aim for 15 again, if not more. I'm always wanting more. And then rest another minute or two, depending. I'm probably more fatigued at that point. Rest a minute or two, get back into it, aiming again for 15. By that point, I'm fatigued, so I want 15 or more. But if I get like 12, I'll be content with it. Um, if I was going for just pure strength and not just also strength and tolerance, I would definitely be like, oh, let's do one working set here, go up, like add a 10, add another, take off the 25, add another plate, and then that would be my second working set would be either like a plate of 25 and a 10 or two plates. That'd be working set number two. Working set number three would be like I'd stay there, stop, go down, something of that kind. So let's do it. So 15 there, what I was aiming for. Or it's for a minute or two. Come back. I'll stay here at this weight. Shoot for another 15 or so. Okay. So about a minute rest, give or take. I'm done. About to go into this one. I just want to talk about like with the warm up sets and now these working sets. It's always the biggest thing of form. So I always like that's another reason why I am really focusing on tolerance. So really working on my rep, like tolerance and volume. So that way I can work on my form at lighter weight and progressively get better at it. However, it's totally fine to get like a little bit messy, a little bit nasty with it. So you'll probably notice of that last set I did in this one, potentially one more set of these is my first like 5 will look chef's kiss. My core is engaged, my back's flush, good control up, good control down, both arms going up evenly and controlled. But you'll start to see like those last probably like 10 reps will probably be rough. Like I'm fighting, really focusing on getting both arms up at the same time, trying to keep my lower back flush against the mat. But when you're in the middle of the set, your body likes to cheat in its own way, and I can do my best to counteract it, but it's going to do what it's going to do to help me achieve what my brain is telling me to do, which is lift this. So if my lower back arches, I'm making sure that it's within reason. Like, if my lower back starts to get fatigued, I'll be like, all right, that's it. I don't care if I stop at rep number 8. Like, that's all I got. You know, trying to prevent that injury, keep everything nice and stable. I have no idea how many that was, but I can tell you that would work. Alrighty. We have our good fashioned face pulls, really nailing kind of rear delt, middle trap. Musculature. Again, like I said, your rear delt knows pure horizontal abduction. So really focusing on hitting that nice T form. So don't want no pointed arrows today. That's gonna get more of that like rhomboid flats, middle back director spinae. We're going more pure horizontal abduction. Say that like a T. Is the golden key there. Okay. So again, really focusing on the results volume. Now, there's a couple different stances that we can do with this one. I prefer, I can't see my legs, but stepping back enough where I have some slack on the table. And then I just keep both of my feet together and parallel. So either really narrow stance, shoulder length, and then I like to go into that kind of protracted shoulder blade, scapula, into that shoulder blade squeeze and back. And when I'm doing this, I'm imagining myself as a piece of wood laying against a wall where I know I'm not upright, but I also know, like a piece of wood leaning against the wall, I am straight, even though I am leaning. The other kind that you can do is have 1 foot forward, 1 foot backward. Some people feel kind of like staggered stance is where they like to be. When I do this stance, though, whether it's left leg, right leg forward, I feel like I'm in a way imbalanced, where I feel like maybe I might be pulling with my left shoulder or my right shoulder more than the other. So not my favorite stance. Another reason why I don't like that stance is it's more easy to get into that hip drive kind of kipping motion. So everybody likes to make fun of CrossFitters for kipping on their pull-ups, but nobody likes to see cheating on a rear delt exercise. Okay. Last set here with the shoulder rope face pulls. Staying that kind of wide parallel stance. Good squeeze. Okay. Drop that. Okay. Let me set this up. Okay. Still focusing on that kind of rear musculature of the shoulder. 2 cables, crossbody, arms across, angled up high, wrist facing you, so when you squeeze, palms go down. And really focusing on when you're doing this, crossing, getting a big stretch, going down, squeezing your shoulder blades go back and down. I shouldn't see shrugs, I should be here. On this exercise, working that rear delt because you are doing some horizontal abduction and shoulder extension, probably your rhomboids, middle trap, your scapular retractors, and the pressors, plus the particular tool. While you're doing it, now, if the gym is busy and you don't have the availability to do double, you find one cable, crossbody, you can hold on to it so it doesn't wiggle. Here, same motion pattern if you only have one cable available. Plus, it's really cool. Gets your ego boiling. So, good time.